come al solito all'inizio di un nuovo gioco mi ci vuole un po', forse un po' più del solito in questo caso, non so, per prenderci la mano per il menu, le impostazioni eccetera. Allora praticamente guardando il menu ho scoperto che è qui che si equipaggiano le cose, ok, finalmente, perché infatti qua ho messo, vabbè, avevo già il macete al livello 2, ok, e possiamo equipaggiarne due, ho messo la spada come seconda arma e qua ho messo, che sono le armi secondarie, il paletto che c'era già, va bene, e poi la pistola, la Barker che a quanto pare è l'altra arma che c'era insieme alla spada nella prenotazione. Ecco, invece qua l'inventario è proprio per vedere solo quello che abbiamo in sostanza. E ho letto che le armi a due mani, cioè te lo dice il gioco, sostituiscono tutte e due praticamente, quindi ma non lo so, io separerei le cose per il momento. Allora, qua vorrei prima finire la missione che avevo iniziato e devo cercare il tizio che adesso vediamo, non me lo... forse il pallino? No, il pallino no, è a ovest sarebbe. Dove cavolo è finito quello là? Ah, forse era fuori, aspettate, qua era. Eccolo. No, non lo so ricordato.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Ho trovato il suo portafoglio.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
Vabbè, perché allora c'erano questi problemi, è vero. Domande personali. La sua relazione, potremmo chiederglielo, visto che l'abbiamo scoperto.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
C'è qualcosa che non so, forse, non so. Va bene, ok, nient'altro, no, che questo avevo già chiesto, a posto.
Goodbye, Milton.
Allora, missione completata, giusto? Esatto, indagine riuscita, ok. Adesso farei una cosa però, attiverei un'altra missione secondaria, magari questa qua mi intrigava. Scopri chi sta spiando Thelma, ok, mettiamola attiva. Poi, per forza di cose, devo andare in giro e parlare con tutti, come ho già detto. Allora, proviamo... Ecco, proviamo di qua. Allora, questo qua era quello... Sì, il prete che abbiamo salvato.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Un vampiro ubriaco era.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Beh, ora forse l'ha vista la luce, va.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers' trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Clay Cox era quello che abbiamo salvato.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Ok. Gli abbiamo chiesto... No, domande personali... Ah sì, possiamo chiedergli qualcosa, vediamo.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel... empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Ma se gli ha bevuto il sangue non si è trasformato? Boh, vabbè.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Ecco, gira la croce,
Are you a
grazie.
priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Perché non ha usato... È vero, perché non ha usato la croce contro
Why
William?
didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Strano.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
Ok, beh, gli abbiamo chiesto
Goodbye, Mr.
tutto.
Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Ok. Allora, qua c'è solo lui. Qui vediamo chi è.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Ah, ecco, perché mentire?
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
La chirurgia potrebbe aiutarla, la bellezza non è tutto. La bellezza non è tutto.
Beauty is not everything, Mr. Elwood.
Says Mr. Pretty Face.
Ah, l'abbiamo... Indizio non riuscito, peccato, peccato.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Quindi possiamo anche fallire, ok. Vediamo. Io sto provando però. Facendo prove. Ah, perché potremmo ucciderlo così? No, no, ma no, cioè lasciamolo seduto. È un po' confuso adesso. Ah. Ma gli possiamo... Ah, si risiede. E possiamo riparlargli.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Però non si è accorto... possiamo rifarlo, sì. Ah, ok. Ok, almeno cose dobbiamo scoprire.
Do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you? That's all I'm asking.
Ok, basta. Direi che... Ah, no, ok, abbiamo altre cose da chiedergli, aspetta. Ah, ma glielo possiamo richiedere, scusa? Fammi vedere.
Why do you feel responsible?
Ok.
Why luck?
Come on.
Beauty.
Says Mr. Pretty.
Ah, ok, è rimasto in memoria quello che gli abbiamo detto. Ok, mi sembrava strano che lo potevamo richiedere. Vediamo.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
How close are you to Miss Hallcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all.
Questo
Her
ha
arm
capito.
busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
Ok, però abbiamo guadagnato un nuovo indizio, ok. Le ha promesso di un disturbo
You
mentale.
do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
Ok. Vediamo. Thomas si sente responsabile del suo viso deturpato in guerra. Sì, perché poi è colpa sua. Indizio perduto. Sì. Se no potevamo, tutti i dettagli li avevamo scoperti. Thomas guarda a Thelma Offro come la prova vivente che c'è speranza per lui. Sì, che è quella lì che abbiamo, a cui abbiamo, diciamo, Sta facendo la missione, ecco, ok. Ok, vabbè, ciao. Arrivederci.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
Ok.
The daily routine.
Ah, è qua, che poi tra l'altro è qui.
Good
Letto
evening,
di
Miss
fronte.
Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich,
Sì.
vibrant blood.
Sì. Vediamo, abbiamo sbloccato qualcosa, infatti.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Va bene, ok.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Signore dell'oscurità, sì. Va bene, poi con chi altro devo parlare? Allora, qui non c'è più nessuno. Fuori, a meno che non sia aggiunto qualcuno, dove non ci dovrebbe essere più nessuno. Questa...
Yes, Doctor?
Ah, è l'infermiera, ho capito. Però con lei forse non avevamo mai parlato. Fammi vedere. No, infatti. Ah, leader? Aspetta, scusate. Ah, leader di qualcosa. No, di un'altra zona. Di Londra. Ok.
Exactly how bad is the supply situation here at Pembroke?
It really depends. Dr. Swansea deftly works his society contacts for monies, but with the quarantine, well, we're in God's hands.
Please, could you point me in the direction of the morgue again?
It's the large boarded-up building behind the hospital. You can't miss
ok.
it. The
Sta
key I
miss-
gave you will open the small back door to it.
Questa è la missione principale, va bene.
Why then do you always work the nights? Don't you ever sleep?
At the Pembroke, we're always hands on deck.
Sì, ma si pulisca le mani ogni tanto però, eh.
Lack of sleep and the medical profession always ends in disaster. I've witnessed many a colleague succumb to stimulants to fight exhaustion. Drugs were as deadly as bullets in the trenches.
London's trenches start here at Pembroke Hospital. We are on the front line, make no mistake.
Your dedication to the Pembroke does you credit, Nurse Crane, but when do you sleep?
We staff get our sleep when we can, Doctor. Nursing is a vocation, not the labor of a journeyman.
Ah, è vero. Ok.
That's all for now, Nurse Crane. Thank
Lascia
you.
il suo lavoro. Allora, poi qui chi c'è? Lui? Lui chi è? Aspetta, fammi vedere se abbiamo già parlato.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed, yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does
no,
my
no.
arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Non ci sia una tale ostilità, la gelosia non può fare alcun bene. Farà meglio cambiare quel tono con me. No, quindi visto che queste sono legate a degli indizi, non so, io rispondo sempre per istinto, però questa forse non mi sembra l'ideale. Facciamo questa. Non è necessaria una tale ostilità.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could
Ah,
agree
meno
on.
male.
And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital instead of a burden.
Ok, a quanto pare mi ha sbloccato nulla, però...
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
Si assumerà le conseguenze in filo del suo giudizio, un'opinione conservatrice. Si assumerà le conseguenze.
If you are going to lead this surgery, I'm trusting you to assume the consequences of your actions, whatever the result.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
Ok. Indietro.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Nuovo indizio, bene. Bene. Waverly non approva i metodi della medicina moderna, sì, è più conservatore. No, meno male che ci sono questi, diciamo, appunti qua, perché io veramente non mi ricorderei minimamente tutte ste interazioni tra i personaggi, troppa roba. Quindi, allora aspetta un attimo, infatti non mi ricordavo adesso cosa avevo selezionato, vedete voi, cioè. Allora, ho già provato, sì.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Ho salvato molte vite, sapere la nostra arma principale. Non c'è motivo di giustificare le mie azioni con lei. Tutto sommato, però. Che io sappia, abbiamo salvato molte vite, però il sapere... Così però confermiamo quello che dice lui, mi sa. Ho salvato molte vite.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
Vabbè, tu sei convinto così, che devo dire.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr.
È vero, anch'io sono d'accordo. Ok, ciao,
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Ok. Lo so, mi sa che occuperemo un po' di tempo a parlare con la gente, ma a quanto pare è necessario, quindi lo facciamo. Allora, qui c'è qualcun altro, a parte i feriti, qui i malati. Lui.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Personali.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Se lo dice da solo.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Pensa a te, voleva... Vabbè, mantenere dei figli, insomma, è impegnativo. Però... Amy si compra le sue lesioni. La moglie di Eve è morta durante la guerra. Ok. Alla fine, questa in teoria potrebbe essere una bella scelta. Cioè, se lo ammazziamo, i figli poi moriranno di fame. In sostanza.
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
Ok.
Goodbye for now.
Mi sono indicato di chiedere se stava bene l'altro medico, ma vabbè, lo saprà da solo, probabilmente. Vabbè. Aspetta, qua c'è qualcun altro. Ah, lì c'è qualcosa da prendere. Ok. Piani di vetro, qui. Qui c'è gente. Aspetta. Questa chi è?
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Addirittura, ok.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Questo è nobile. Si
What
vedeva.
can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Ok, qui.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
In che senso? Cosa...
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Insomma, farsi pagare per un letto, in effetti.
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
I have other concerns right now, Doctor. But I'm fine, thank you.
Domande personali, tutto inizio richiesto, va bene.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Ok, questo qua è suo figlio.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Figlio, ok.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Vabbè, ok.
I'll let you get some rest then.
I'm alright.
No, che riposare.
Good evening, Mr.
Scusa.
Goswick.
I'm okay.
Va bene, intendevo... lasciamo perdere, parliamo di cose importanti.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Ok, indietro.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Vabbè, non vuole parlare, ok, va bene.
I have to go
Allora,
now,
però
sir.
devo parlare...
But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Che era Pippa?
Don't
Aspetta,
waste your time with me.
Che nome strano, comunque. Aspetta, dov'è? Allora, Mortimer, sì. Sì, lei. Ok, che si è fatta pagare a quanto pare, sì. Ok. Pippa riserva i letti per i pazienti che possono pagare. Non è bello. Dove la trovo? Ah, lì c'è un altro dottore, forse abbiamo già parlato, non lo so. Dov'è? No, non è lei, non è lei, forse era fuori. Vediamo. Ok, lì si è spostato. Sarà lei? No, lei è l'altra. Ah, non la trovo. No, qui non c'è nessuno. Quello è il guidatore dell'ambulanza. È un localizzatore però ci vuole. Forse è qua? No, lei era... Ok. Altro dottore. Allora sarà dentro. Ah. Forse una delle due. Sarà questa?
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet.
Sì, è lei. Ok.
My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Ah, con lei quindi non ci avevamo ancora parlato. Ok. Vediamo.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
No.
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Ok. Poi aspettate, prima di chiedergli questo, che a quanto pare è un'informazione importante.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
Sarebbe sorpresa. Sarebbe sorpresa.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Ok.
Pepper, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes, Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
Perché lascia l'ospedale?
Pepper, are you sure you want to leave this hospital?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream. But in the end, I don't feel that useful. I want more. I want to make things change.
Si è orgoglioso di quello che i dipendenti hanno bisogno di lei, questo è inaccettabile, no? Ma sia orgoglioso, su.
You should be proud of what you've achieved. This hospital represents hope for many people in need of help.
Maybe you're right. But at the moment, I feel like we're just a cemetery waiting room.
Vuole sentirsi più utile.
What steps are you prepared to take to feel more useful?
I don't know yet. My sister believes that the real fight is in the streets nowadays. Maybe she's right. Maybe this is what I must do.
And what about Milton Hooks? Does he share your point of view?
For Milton, any change means more comfort and more peace. I disagree.
If you feel that saving lives is not useful enough, perhaps it means that you've lost faith.
On the contrary, my faith has never been stronger. Maybe we are all just too proud to face up to the fact that science cannot compete with God.
Però non gli possiamo chiedere, scusa, di quella là, aspetta. A tutti li abbiamo scoperti. Pippa riserva i letti per i pazienti che possono pagare. Ma non glielo possiamo dire? No. Boh, forse dopo. Non so, abbiamo scoperto un indizio su di lui. Milton non ha una buona reputazione tra i suoi colleghi. Milton e l'infermiera Hawkins stanno insieme, ok. Oh, mi sembra strano, scusa, Ma no, stavo guardando, però. Qua è qualcosa. Ah, ok, sì, perché è debilitato. Ok, perché è già stanchezza, infatti, stanchezza. Ok, boh, si vede che non è il momento, forse, di fargli quella domanda, non so. Boh, vabbè.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Ok. Va bene, manca... No, questa qua ci abbiamo già parlato, sì. Beh, non penso manchi molta gente, non so, però. Vediamo, questo qua.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Ah sì, questo gli abbiamo parlato. Sì, sì, quello che ci odiava. Però non gli abbiamo chiesto come
Do you
stava.
need my assistance?
Not at all. I'm sure that you are used to gaining people's trust with your impressive skills. Well, it will not be the case with me.
Sì, immaginavo che non
Thank you
serviva
for
a
your
niente.
time. We'll talk later.
Non abbiamo chiesto come stava la pippa. Aspetta. È qui? No. Io poi faccio fatica a riconoscere.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Doctor.
Ok.
Do you need medical help
Ecco.
yourself, Nurse?
I'm fine, really. I just need to sleep.
E allora vado a dormire, dai, do io il permesso. Yeah.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Va bene. Ok. Quei due parlano, sì, quei due abbiamo già parlato. No. Boh, continuiamo a esplorare qua. Però mi sa che forse abbiamo parlato con tutti. Non so. Vediamo, perché qua fuori... Oh, ecco, Clay Cox. Sì, è vero che possiamo individuarli anche così, è vero. Me ne ero dimenticato. Già. Forse è molto più comodo, almeno non vaghiamo a caso.